Wearing a royal blue suit with a white-collared shirt and no tie, Baker Mayfield arrived Tuesday, June 26, in New Orleans to pick up the last bit of hardware from one of the more unique college football careers in memory. "This is kind of the final mark on it," the top overall selected player in the 2018 NFL Draft said about receiving the Manning Award. Archie Manning, the patriarch of a family that includes 3 current or former NFL quarterbacks with sons Peyton and Eli, personally handed Mayfield the bronze trophy during a banquet held on the second floor of the Hilton Riverside Hotel. The trophy, which is sponsored by the All-State Sugar Bowl, depicts each of the 3 quarterbacks in their college nose, 16, 10 and 18 jerseys. "Everybody's story is a little different," Manning said. "I think sometimes when somebody tells you you can't do something or tells you you're not good enough, that certainly motivates him." Mayfield, a 2-time college walk-on at Texas Tech and Oklahoma, emerged as a starter at both schools before winning the Heisman Trophy by one of the more lopsided voting margins in history in 2017. He started at Oklahoma for 3 seasons, once winning the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, and capped his career by leading the Sooners to the college football playoff only to have it end with an overtime loss to Georgia in a semifinal played in the Rose Bowl. He then went through months of pre-draft scrutiny that included unfavorable comparisons to former NFL quarterback Johnny Manziel. The Cleveland Browns, the team that selected Manziel in 2014, apparently saw none of those character traits in Mayfield and made him the top overall pick in the draft. Next for Mayfield, who recently completed his first set of off-season workouts and practices with the Browns, will be training camp, which starts July 26. Mayfield completed those off-season workouts feeling good about his progress. "The last 4 of 5 practices slowed down for me," he said. "That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get to the point where I was comfortable with the playbook." Training camp will open with Mayfield as the backup to starter Tyrod Taylor, who the Browns acquired during the offseason in a trade with the Buffalo Bills, meaning Taylor will potentially be the 29th different quarterback to start for the Browns since the franchise returned in 1999. It won't be long into Mayfield's career before he returns to New Orleans, as the Saints are set to host the Browns in Week 2 this season. Asked if he thinks he'll be the starting quarterback by then, Mayfield said, "I'm not worried about that right now. His focus," he said, "is simply to get better each day." The Browns have won once in 2 seasons, going 1-15 in 2016 before last year's 0-16 campaign. How well the Browns can turn things around with new general manager John Dorsey and their stockpile of draft picks will determine much of Mayfield's NFL success, Manning said. "He doesn't need to play on a 1-15 team," Manning said. "If they're going to be 1-15, he doesn't need to be out there. That's not the way to get a long-term quarterback. I think the Browns have wallowed around long enough," he added. "It's time for them to make a move. Once the Browns make that move, Mayfield wants to lead the charge. Everybody that plays quarterback should want to be that guy," he said. "I love having that responsibility. Something about having control of the game when it comes down to it. Guys tend to look up to you. I've always loved that, having the pressure. That's something I feel like I thrived on."